How has Anthony Joshua changed? Let's get into it. Hello, welcome to Me Edson. I hope you're well. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications bell for all future videos. So we know Anthony Joshua is going to be fighting Daniel Dubois in a couple of weeks at Wembley Stadium on the Riyadh season card, of course. Lots of chatter, lots of talk over the last couple of weeks about who's going to win, of course. Two big heavyweights, two massive punchers. Who's going to win? Who realistically has got it within their locker to come out on top? Now, I've already put the case forward for Anthony Joshua to have much more in his locker over Daniel Dubois. However, look, heavyweight boxing, anything can happen. Lots of people say, no, don't discount Daniel Dubois. If he lands a punch, it's going to send shockwaves through Anthony Joshua's, psyche, as it were, and he's going to feel the full force of that, and it could be game over. At the end of the day, this is all opinion, this is all predictions. Nobody really knows. We'll find out, won't we? We'll find out on the night. But this video is all about how I think Anthony Joshua has changed over the last year or so and why it makes him a much better boxer. So there's one word for Anthony Joshua, and you've heard lots of other words. Spiteful. He's got the spite. All these boxing pundits, ex-boxers, coming on saying they're giving all their opinions. At the end of the day, it's just opinion. Just as mine. This is just an opinion, right? But I'll give you one word of how Anthony Joshua has completely changed. And the word is clinical. He is now clinical. When he fought Franklin and when he fought Helenius, he wasn't clinical. He was still tentative. He was still unsure what his game plan was. He was still not really convinced by what he was doing and how he had to fight against his opponent. Teams up with Davidson, then all of a sudden things started to slot into place. The analysis from Davidson's team, the way he's working with Joshua as well, that exchange of information, the exchange of ideas, the way they're working with each other on a daily basis, coupled with a shift from Anthony Joshua over the last 2 or 3 years where he's kind of brought it more about him and less about pleasing everybody. He's become a bit of a git, if you know what I mean. He's not the media darling anymore, and quite rightly, he shouldn't be. He should be that git, and this is what people are talking about. Oh, he's a bit more spiteful now. I don't see it as spiteful. I see it being really clinical. Now he's teamed up with Davidson and his team. It's all about knowing the numbers, knowing exactly what you're going to do, studying your opponent, knowing everything about your opponent. If he does this, you do that. When he does this, when he shows his weaknesses there, you expose it. And for me, Daniel Dubois has so many weaknesses to expose that he's going to get caught, and he's going to get caught a lot more than Anthony Joshua will. Now, again, who knows? We don't know until the fight is being fought who's going to come out on top. But for me, this is why I was saying Anthony Joshua has got the edge over Daniel Dubois. He's just got more in his locker. But now he's absolutely 100% clinical. He knows exactly what he needs to do. I don't see that from Daniel Dubois. I still see somebody who's really unsure about what they need to do in the ring. His demeanor, his facial expression, he looks lost a lot of time. Even though he's come off these two good wins, great wins, he still looks lost. In the fight against Jarrell Miller and in the fight against Hrgovic as well, there was just so many times where I thought he just wasn't convincing. Yes, he was convincing in the victory, but he was getting caught so many times. And yes, he didn't go down, and yes, he didn't really get affected by it, but it still wasn't a picture perfect performance. Now, you could label the same Anthony Joshua, of course we could. In fact, you could label this at any boxer. Any boxer can have good moments and bad moments in a fight. But with Anthony Joshua, we've seen a progression since the Usyk defeat, or the second Usyk defeat. When he started on this comeback trail, in inverted commas, when he went through Franklin and Helenius, not convincing for me. Still unsure. And because he was still backwards and forwards from United States with his trainer over there. Then he teamed up with Davidson, and everything seemed to go at 100% right. And it was like this light switch had been turned on, and everything was in full view. He knew exactly what he needed to do. And that's what I say. It's one word. It's one word for Joshua: clinical. That's it. And when he fought Wallin, it was a demolition job. Wallin's no slouch. He's not a fantastic boxer by any stretch of the imagination, but he's no slouch either. When he went in with Ngannou, yes, I've made my thoughts on the Ngannou fight, 100 times. He's not a boxer. He never should have been in there. But he got his opportunity, the second opportunity against AJ, on the back of his good performance, great performance you might add, over Tyson Fury. But we all agree that Tyson Fury should have put him away. He totally underestimated him, and he let him get into that fight. Whereas AJ was like, nah. You're coming into my ring now. You're coming into my arena. I'm going to show you what's what. And that's what it was. Whereas before you would have been tentative, you would held back. Nope, you saw the opening, bang, went for it. Right down the pipe, right hand. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. And then Ngannou was out there second round. And I still watch that fight time and time again. Not because I think that it's a great boxing match. Not because I think Ngannou had any chance in there whatsoever. And it's easy for me to say that afterwards. But I was saying this beforehand if you go watch my archive. It's all about AJ and his approach to the fight, his approach to the Wallen fight, his approach to the Ngannou fight, and how there was no mercy. It was just clinical. That's why people are saying there's a bit of spite there. For me, it's all business. It's all numbers. This is where AJ excels now. This is where AJ, I believe, is going to do a number on Daniel Dubois. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. But for me, there's only one word for AJ. This is how he's changed. He's 100% clinical. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notifications bell for all future videos. And I will catch you again on another video coming very soon. Bye now.